Good morning and good morning. The sun is shining. It is beautiful looking outside, but boy, it's still cold. And it's gonna get colder this weekend, I heard. Welcome back to the channel. And it's time for results. Results are in. First, let me show you what I'm having for breakfast. I am having mackerel and banana. That's boiled green bananas with a lot of avocado. I'm drinking blueberry tea and water is on deck. The reason why I showed you what I was having for breakfast is that I've been playing around, introducing foods into my diet that I love, but to see how it affects my blood glucose numbers. So 2 days ago, I had mackerel and banana, and I believe I had it with some avocados as well. But I had it for dinner. I had it for dinner at around 7:30 p.m. The following morning, and I'm gonna find my glucose monitor. I might have left it upstairs. Following morning, my glucose fasting numbers was 160. And I'm gonna show you. I hope you can see that. So on the third, the third, which was Tuesday, I believe the third was Tuesday, my fasting number was 160. And that's after having the mackerel and banana for dinner on Monday night. So I know now that this is not something I want to have for dinner. My dinner needs to be loaded with more vegetables and protein than with carbs, Yeah, I know you get the picture. But I want to take you back to Saturday when I had that soup. I woke up, was it Sunday morning? When was the first? The first was Sunday morning. Sunday morning, when I checked my blood glucose numbers after having that soup, and I'm gonna see if I can drop a picture of the bowl of soup, which I had 2 bowls that evening. One was on camera, but the other one was off camera. Full disclosure. Look at that. 100. Tell me this girl isn't doing something right. I am doing something right. It is working. The idea is to monitor what you are eating, how you're moving, your choices of foods for different times of the day. We can absolutely do it. That's the soup I'm talking about. 2 bowls. What a busy day this was. I was in the middle of giving you my wonderful report on my glucose numbers. And before I knew it, I had to go into a meeting. I had to prepare a report for that meeting. And I could not record anymore. But I'm gonna continue where I left off. I think I showed you what my numbers were. I know I did. I showed you what my numbers were after my soup. And that was just so amazing that I really wanted to do flips. So let's see what I've been doing since then. All right, so that was Sunday morning, it was 100. And Monday morning, It was 1:09. I think you can see that. That was Monday morning. Let's keep going. Now, I showed you 160, which was Tuesday morning after I had a dinner of mackerel and banana, which I decided, okay, dinner time has to be vegetables and proteins mainly. I'm just giving everybody a couple of, ideas of how to treat this. Now, lunchtime on the 3rd, was it lunchtime? It was after breakfast. After breakfast, 1:28 on Wednesday. I am definitely making progress. I'm showing you these things because if you're diabetic or type 2 diabetic and you're watching this, you absolutely can do this. It's really, you have to be transformed. Your mind has to be ready to take on the challenge of making yourself better. Because I can tell you, when I was first diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic, I lost 40 pounds in 6 months. I was scared out of my wits because, the doctors tell you if it's not controlled, you can have amputations of legs, arms, the whole 9. You're prone to strokes and heart attacks and all that stuff. There's a gamut of things. Your vision, it affects your vision. So definitely, I've been there and I've backslidden on my eating. Definitely gone haywire, just blown everything out the water, doing terribly. But another time, there will be story time when I tell you what happened to me late in 2025 that really got me scared straight. And I would tell anybody, don't wait until something happens. Just take it from other people's experience. Oops, where did that go? Oh, I'm just showing you some more numbers. And every day isn't perfect, but it really does get better. You just have to keep at it. Alrighty. So after lunch on the 4th, 171, and I got too happy with having, I think maybe I had 2 green bananas with my lunch and something else. I can't remember what I had, but proves that number isn't wacky, especially if it's after lunch. But I'm trying to get out of those very high ranges. And then I got back on track for dinner. So on this morning, my fasting numbers is 102. Because when I try something and it show me high numbers, then, I remember I made boiled plantains. Well, 1 whole plantain, I boiled it and then I cut it, smashed it, stuck it in the oven to get it crisp. But that proved it was too much and I don't want to do that. Definitely not frying it. And I thought boiling it would make it better, but I'm gonna have to make sure next time I'll just have a half, not a whole one. So I am back on track. After lunch today, it was 1:53. So guess what? I'm making dinner tonight and I'm going to show you what I'm making for my dinner tonight so that when I wake up tomorrow morning, my numbers will be back to where it needs to be. So in my pan, I have some green onions and some shallots. Just less than a half a shallot I rough cut in this pan. And to this pan, I'm going to be adding, I added a half a cup of pre-cooked ground beef. That's my protein. All right, it's already cooked actually. And I did this ahead of time because it makes things a lot easier for me in the evenings when I have to prepare dinner for myself. All right, so just start turning that around with the fork in the pot so it can get some flavor from the onions and the shallot. Next, I added some frozen broccoli florets, and I'm going to stir that around. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this pot maybe for about 3 minutes or so. Just about 3 minutes or so. Let's find the cover. So to the ground beef and broccoli, I'm going to add this riced cauliflower that I found in Trader Joe's. I actually have had it before and it's really good. It's spicy because it has jalapenos in it. Actually, let me just read. This is riced cauliflower. It's a Mexican style with tomatoes, tricolor bell peppers, and jalapenos. So I'm gonna be adding this to the ground beef and broccoli mixture in the pot because this is gonna be the replacement for rice. Normally, I would have this with rice, but it's really a one-pot meal, and the riced cauliflower is definitely a good replacement for rice. I know I've said that a million times, or a couple of times, but yeah, this is gonna be in that pot. Voila, just like that, there goes dinner, loaded with lots of vegetables and just some ground beef as my protein. I know I'm gonna enjoy this. My body is gonna thank me. So I'm gonna go sit and eat nice and quietly by myself, and then we'll chat again later. Plate clean, not a morsel left. I ate the entire thing, but it really wasn't a lot. It looked like a lot, it wasn't a lot. Time to do dishes. I'm gonna do some dishes, and I still have some time. So I'm not going to the gym. I have these lovely stairs in my house, and I'm going to try, and it goes further up. Probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rungs, then the base, and probably another 5. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna climb these stairs, and maybe I'll be able to film myself. I'm gonna try to do it 5 times in a row. 5 times in a row, because really, you should exercise after eating dinner. Even just some walking in place. Walking up the stairs, and I am going to do this 5 times in a row. It was extremely challenging, and I do know you are going to hear me heavy breathing at times. As a matter of fact, watch how I come down the steps sideways and holding on, because I know I have slipped, and I am sure even my very strong, agile husband has slipped down these stairs as well. So for me, not going to the gym and needing to make sure I'm moving in my house, I have to change it up a bit. And I figured tonight, what better challenge after having dinner? Let's try to do these steps. Good for my lungs, good for my heart. I wasn't running up and down the stairs. I was taking my time and I was holding on, because falling is not an option right now for these bones. What you're not seeing is when I get to the top of the staircase upstairs, I promise you, I'm taking a few seconds to catch my breath, inhale, exhale deeply, and then coming back down the steps. I really didn't think I was going to be able to do this 5 times. But I did. I made it. I'm alive. And I feel pretty darn good. Yes, you can rock this. I can rock this. And so can you. I haven't done that all in one time. I go up and down the stairs during the daytime, work downstairs, might have to run upstairs to get something, but just going up and down. So I went upstairs and back down 5 times. I say kudos to me. I'm hoping you're gonna try to push yourself beyond your comfort zone to do something that's going to help you. Remember, eat healthy, move your body. 2 things that you should do. And always remember, check in with your doctor, check your glucose numbers if you have a monitor, and make sure you're staying on track. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for stopping by and watching my channel. Something I haven't said, turn on your notification bell so that when I upload a video, you can be notified right away. Remember to like, share this video, tell a friend to tell a friend, and subscribe. Thanks for stopping by at Linda's daughter, Donna. See you next time.